Chapter 15. Called out, cleaned up. When someone finally says what you've been avoiding. There is a special kind of honesty in rehab, the kind you cannot find in the wild. It is blunt, sacred, disrespectful, life-saving, and somehow tender. Someone looks you dead in the eye and says, "That is bullsh." And instead of getting offended, a small part of your soul whispers, "Finally." Outside, people tiptoe around your mess. Inside rehab, nobody has the glucose for that. Everyone is detoxing, everyone is triggered, and everyone is too tired to babysit your ego. Rehab honesty hits you like a folding chair in the WWE. Pride goes limp, ego taps out. At first you get mad. You sit there with your arms crossed like you are in a JCPenney portrait thinking, "They do not know me." Imagine you are mid-dramatic monologue. Your voice is shaking. Brenda is rubbing your back like you are auditioning for a tragic movie role. You drop the line, "No one has ever truly loved me." You wait for the gasps. But the quiet woman, the one who has not spoken in 3 weeks, looks up, takes a slow breath, and says, "Sweetheart, the only person who has never loved you is you." Boom. Mic drop. Someone gasps. Someone crosses themselves. Someone whispers, "Oh Lord." Group ends early. You ascend 3 inches above your chair. Even your dead grandmother sat up like, "Finally." Someone told her. Rehab honesty is a weapon of mass transformation. It should require a permit. It is weirdly holy, violently supportive, and deeply uncomfortable in the exact way change is supposed to be. Your detox buddy Ashley flops into her seat like a Victorian widow, unwraps a warm Werther's original and says, "I don't know why this keeps happening to me." 12 strangers who cannot agree on breakfast but can agree on this respond in perfect harmony. You do. You just don't want to look at the part you play in it. And not one of them looks sorry. Then one guy stands up like, "All right, I'll say it." He says, "You are bossy, manipulative, and mean. You wear way too much eyeliner. And if you click that candy in your teeth one more time, I am throwing out everything you smuggled in here in the first place." The counselor does not intervene because it is better therapy than anything they can bill Blue Cross for. It is honesty that stops you in your tracks because, for the first time, someone is telling you the truth instead of what you want to hear. It is like discovering a wrinkle you never noticed. Terrifying, but empowering. And here is the wildest twist. You do not hate him. You love him. You love him like someone just pulled you out of a river. Because they did. They saved you from yourself. If they did not think you were capable of better, they would let you drown in your delusion. These people are not trained. They do not have degrees. They have lived experience and poor boundaries. That is even worse. And somehow it works. Because you cannot lie to these people. They have lied to judges, probation officers, landlords, the IRS, and sometimes God himself. You do not stand a chance. Angie says, "Baby, if 3 frogs croak at you, maybe you are the swamp." Big Country goes, "Now hold on. I ain't trying to be rude, but that right there is some grade A bullshit." And Spider, who once died for 8 minutes in a 7-Eleven bathroom and came back with clarity, leans in and says, "You don't choose you. That is why nobody else does. Everyone else was simply following your lead. You feel it in your bones, in your soul, in whatever is left of your serotonin, and you sit there stunned because it is true. You do not get mad. You get relieved. Being called out is love with a backbone. Outside rehab, people are terrified of upsetting you. Inside rehab, people are terrified of you dying. And then the transformation hits. You stop running from honesty. You start chasing it. You stop panicking when someone calls you out. You lean in and say it again but clearer. You stop hiding behind stories. You drag your own lies into the light. That is the shift. You start calling yourself out. I am exaggerating. I am avoiding the real issue. That was not the truth. That was the remix. I am being dramatic. Let me run that back. That is healing. That is the moment rehab stops happening to you and starts happening through you. It is the miracle. It is the moment you finally realize that being called out was not people hurting you. It was people saving you. And the day you hear the truth and whisper, "Thank you, I needed that." That is maturity. That is restoration. You are not ruined because you were called out. You are restored because someone cared about you enough to say the thing you could not yet say to yourself.